Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be part 26, putting the 302 C4 C5 trans into a 67 Falcon. It's raining outside and I can't do a lot testing and driving, but I can do some fixing and adjusting. One of the things I need to fix is the dash lights don't work in the instrument panel. Turn the headlights on, none of the gauges light up. That could be as simple as a fuse, or it could get complicated. Another thing I want to adjust is the modulator valve for the transmission. Now, yesterday before I drove it, I went to a local car show. It was great, by the way. And I took and turned the modulator valve in about a turn. And the car shifted better. I mean, it would actually chirp the tires going first to second. Not, a squeal or breaking the rear end loose, just a little barely chirping. So that's an improvement. So I'm going to turn that modulator in about another half a turn. And I'm just going to tweak and adjust other things in the car. I got a high mount stop lamp that I put in the back window there. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but that is loose. It tends to drop down, so I need to tighten that screw up. There's just little things here and there that I need to do to the car. So I'm going to take this rainy day and do that. Unfortunately, to get to the modulator valve, I have to jack the car up so I can crawl under there. So I'm going to get going on that. And I'll just come back later and tell you what I found out. You're probably not going to be able to see much under my instrument panel here, but fuse box is hidden on the firewall up there. I'll put a test light on, check some fuses. This light works, so what I'm going to do now is check the light switch fuse, or light fuse. That's this little guy. Okay. Well, fuse box only has 4 fuses in it. The key is on right now. The lights are on. They're working. Huh. I have lights on my gauges there. I'm going to have to turn my headlight off to see if I have lights up here. Yes, I do. I'm guessing that fuse was just loose because the lights work now. Okay, good. I can't show you easily show you the modulator valve adjustment under the car. You can use this other trans to show you. This is the modulator valve, and it has a vacuum line going to it. You pull that vacuum line off, and there is a screw in here that you can turn. That's what I was turning to adjust the modulator in the car. After you adjust it, put the vacuum line on and go for a ride. The modulator has a pin that goes down and pushes on a valve inside the trans here. It's controlled by vacuum. because that vacuum line goes straight to the intake, so it has full manifold vacuum. That's what a modulator looks like, and that's how you adjust it. Pull the line off, stick a screwdriver in there, and turn it. Another thing I'm going to try is to put a shim behind my starter, between the starter and the block plate, because my starter stays engaged for half a second or a second after you start the car. Maybe it's going in too far, don't know, but they make the shim for a reason, don't they? So I'm going to try pulling the starter out, putting the shim in there, and see if it does any good. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but there's 2 bolts. I'm going to try something first. I'm going to loosen the starter and see if I can rock it back and forth and twist it. No, no, it doesn't move. Okay. I thought if there was some slap in the holes, I could turn it away from the flex plate, see if that helped, but it didn't. My exhaust, of course, is right next to this. Makes it hard to get to. There's 1 bolt. It's coming slow but sure, folks. All right, I got that out. Now, shove that shim in there. I wasn't smart enough to open the package first. All right, so pull the starter out. Put the shematism in there. I want to make sure that the holes in it are big enough for my bolts. Because I have 3/8. Yep, okay. See, I have 3/8 inch diameter bolts. I don't know if those holes are going to be too small or not. All right, that feels like it's going in. May as well get in as far as I can with my fingers. Okay. Okay, that's properly torqued. That one's good too. All right, so now I get to go test it. The starter did engage, so move on to the next thing. Another thing I need to do is change my tach setting. It's still set for 6 cylinders. When I thought it was shifting at 5,500, it wasn't. It's probably 4 or 4,200. That tach is just not reading right. So need to dismount it, take the case off, and flip the little switch inside for 8 cylinders. Yeah, screwdriver, loosen the little clamp that holds it to the column. Should be able to slide the tach off there now. Okay. Now if I open the up and do the mounting screw here, mounts it to the bracket. There's the switch. I need to click it to 8 cylinders. I think that's 8. See, one way I can check it is I have a progression ignition distributor, and I can fire up the app on my phone and see the RPM of the engine and compare it to what this says. I'll let that just sit there loosely for now, and I'll do just that. Okay, I got the app on the phone. Yeah. A lot better. Now when I test drive it, I can really see what it's shifting at. Just have to tighten up this mounting clamp here for the tach. That should be good. All right. Now I'll just have to test drive it, see if my changes help. Test drive's over. The tach works just fine now. And I'm going to say that this is the end of this part 26 episode on Dan's Messy Garage, putting a 302 and a C4, C5 trans into a 67 Falcon. Thank you for watching my channel. Please stay tuned for other projects. Bye.